Okay. So today's topic, we are going to see how to make use of form controls and create our dashboard for a data source. Okay. Now, if I say, let's take one of the data source. And on that data source, let's say we have got this data from the client end, and we need to create a dashboard on the part of, like, let's say sales data analysis. Okay. Now, let me open the data source. Let's consider this is our data source. Okay. Let me open this. We'll take the main data dump and we'll start creating the form controls and creating the dashboard with the connectivity sheet into our dashboards. Okay. All right. So this is, let's consider this is our database where we are getting all the online transaction details. I'm taking into this new file and pasting it. Let's consider this as data dump or master data or data, what we have got or what we have extracted and stored. So let's name this as data. So day in and day out, our data is going to get updated below. Okay. Right now, if you talk about this data, let's confirm what all data we have and what level we have. So we have got from 2011 to 2014 database. Okay. Now let's say last 2011 to 14, we want to do the analysis on this particular data. Okay. Now let's say after that, the data is going to get appended on the daily basis. Our target is that once the data is uploaded, here we are going to create a connectivity sheet. I'm going to name this as connectivity because I want to connect the database through the dynamic way where we are going to get our tables required graphs and charts creation. Okay. As our main focus is to showcase the overall analysis of sales on this data. Okay. So the duration, as we came to know, the trend is of like 2011 to 2014 date. Okay. Now this is the connectivity sheet and this would be, let's name this as dashboard. So where we are going to present to the end user, where he is going to see on the basis of form control, he is going to use the whole dashboard part. Okay. All right. Now, first what we have checked the number of years here. And then let's say we have got a segment consumer, corporate and home office. We have got the information of countries all together. Now, to understand with this data, we need to know which are the parental and which are the child fields here. First, we need to identify the hierarchies of these fields, which are relational to one another, where it creates a relation between the different fields. Okay. All right. Now we have got country, state, city, postal code. Okay. We have got segment. Here we have got category, subcategory, and product. Okay. If I say, let's say I'll hold this segment, Control X to cut. I'll bring here beside the category and let me paste it here, cut cells. So it will be at a 1 point, segment, category, subcategory, and product name. Okay. Here we have got a measures. Let's check what all measures we have, like sales, quantity, discount, and profit, shipping cost. So these are my 5 fields which are going with the part of measures. All right. Now let's go to the part of the connectivity. What do you mean by connectivity here? Now, what we want is, we want to give the summarized view to the client on this data, where he can do the analysis on different fields, different measures. As our focus is, we are going to create this dashboard for the sales manager or a sales team. On that basis, where he is going to look into the dashboards and he is going to do the analysis or strategies, whatever you want to make with the decision-making stuff. Okay. All right. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to create here tables first. This table should be dynamically updated, not manually. We want here to be dynamically dynamically update our fields. Okay. To get dynamically updated, we need to use the functions for it. Now, if I have to think to showcase the summarized view, first what comes to your mind is, first I would like to showcase my overall sales for all my 4 years, or yeah, I would have gone for my part of this thing. What I may would go for region, parental field like region I would go. I would go for like categories, right? So this becomes on a parental field. Now, how to decide which can be in our form control and which should be showcased on the visualization? Yes. So form controls are nothing but they're going to act as your filter. According to that selection basis only, the chart should display that particular information. So we need to keep in mind, like for example, let's say when we have got like year field, right? This is the major one where we are going to make this as our form control. We are going to create on this on like form control. Why? Because this goes with the parental field. Yes. Now it would be in a form of region or a market, depending upon the database. We are going to choose the region or a market as our under our form control as a drop down list. Okay. So now if you talk about region, why I'm not saying country? The country is like I've got 137 countries, which does not make sense. If let's say if the managers are on the regional level, for South region, there is a different manager, North, South, East, West. So according to that, he will select it and he will find his relative information of those particular countries, right? For particular countries, and he is going to view it. If we click on East, so whatever the countries belongs to East, the below visualization should showcase on the East. Here would be common to everyone. Yes, here would be common to the every department or every region manager or every market manager, right? So this too will be your parental field. Now, whenever you are showing the view, it should not be repetitive. Like if you are giving a year information here as a drop down in a form control, no need of showing your 2011, 12, 13, 14 here in the bar graph. Why? Because when is going to click on the form control and select one of the year, so it does not make sense showing one bar in this only in this particular view. Yes. Instead of that, if you use the mid-level or the granular level fields into the view, in that case, that information would be more helpful for the client. Now, for example, let's say, if I have to talk about, first let's create on the year and region form control. Okay. To create an year and region form control, what is the first step you will do if you have to create an form control on year? If you take the option from the developer tab, if I have to start with, without getting the data, you're directly taking your form control. Okay, let's try that. Okay, I'll go to the developer. So where we get the form control, this is on the part of like VBA stuff. This is on the part of form control. Okay. So you want me to take the combo box here? Okay, let's try a combo box. All right, then what next? Let's say on the combo box, we want to give the years. Agreed. What next? Okay, right click form control. Next. Directly, we are going into the form control without creating an input range. That is the first step. The first of all, if you have not created the unique values, what you want into the drop-down list of the year, what is the use of that particular form control? First, we need to go to the database and check our unique years. As these transactions are repetitive for those complete year, obviously. So what we are going to do, we are going to first check how many years data we have. Yes, from 2011 to 2014. So first here, we'll create a field. Okay. So how you're gonna do this? Let's take it at the corner here. Let's say if I say year, yeah. And what would be the year like? 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014. Or you can just drag it by selecting this tool and creating your list till the year what you. So this becomes your year part. Yeah. Now if I talk about region, rather than writing manually, what I'll do, I'll go to the data, copy, paste. Yes. If I want the unique, what I need to do now? Unique names of region. Remove duplicates. Perfect. From which tab? Where you find remove duplicates in which tab? Monica. Remove duplicates in which tab we found this option? Lakshmi. Go to the data. Okay. Continue with the current selection. So how many we have now? So if I talk this, these are the 13 counts what you have got in region. There was a blank in between. Let's check whether we have got 13 or count. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So some are blanks also. Some are blanks. If you see this is related to Canada, let's place it. If I want to know how many blanks are there, what I need to do, I need to go to the region and press A to Z. Now you see whatever are the blanks. See, half of the data is updated, half of the data is missing here. Yeah, half of the data is missing. All right. So we have got our input range now for region also and year also. I'll go back here. What I need to do, COM control. Now I have to give the drop down list input range. What are the values we need to give in the drop down? So I need to select the values. So let's say this. Yes. Cell link. I need to link this cell. I column. This is like cell linking field. Okay. Right. I've got the one now. So this is my 2011 will be my 1. This will be 2, 3, 4. Yes. So on this form control basis, what we can do? What is the use of this linking field? Now let's say if I want to show all my measures on a first place on the dashboard, I want to show my overall sales for 4 years, sales for discount, sales for profit, sales for shipping on yearly basis. Yes. For that, what I can do is I have to create a table where dynamically it should fetch all the information related to this particular 2011. Yes. Now tell me which form control is going to help me, or how we are going to create a table so that anything which is selected here your data should reflect for, like, let's say sales, profit, discount, shipping cost. Okay. So what will be the header here to create a table? So what would be the heading here? If I have to choose year 2011 to 14, what we want to throw it? What 4 years? In drop down list, you can select only one. You're talking about 4 years. Sales. Then what we have got, let's go to the database and check. We have got sales, quantity, profit, discount, shipping cost. If I copy this, come back here, I'll paste it. Alt OCA, Alt HAC to shortcut key to define it. Okay. Let's increase the size of it as we have got the numbers in millions. Okay. Sure. Now how you're gonna do this? What would be the formula, or what would be the thing you're gonna use apply? Which functions to get the overall sales? According to the selection of the form control drop down list, your sales should reflect that. Which is the formula you're gonna use? Index. Yeah, Monica, tell me what would be the array here? That's what, which array? Y sales. Do you think this overall values would give like 2011 if you select? Okay, fine. Next, comma. Hmm? Anjali, tell me what would be the idea if I have to create it, right? If I have to create a form control, if you select 2011, here sales of 2011 should reflect. So from the drop down, 2011 is selected. Then which function? Text function, logical function, date function. Hmm? Which functions are going to help you? When you select 2011, the sales of 2011 should reflect. If I select 2012, the overall sales of 2012 should reflect. Hmm. That's what I'm asking. Start. Tell me. You have learned all the functions, right? Math functions you have learned, text functions you have learned, logical you have learned. Date formulas also you know. Karthik, hmm, range, what range? Year. Do you think we have a year field here? It is a specific date. Hmm? Okay. You are saying let's create one more column as year. What would be the how you're gonna fetch year function? I'm getting answer in this question. This is what you said, right? Then what do you need to do here? Instead of date, we will make it this as gender. Okay. Got it? It got fetched. This is what date functions will help you to learn. To fetch the year from a particular date, you will get the year separate here. Okay, what we need to do? So if I make it as like permanent values without using formulas, what is the shortcut key? और फर्स्ट कॉपी नहीं करने का है ना कंट्रोल C to copy or ESV. Got it? So we have got this fixed now. Now let's come back to the formula. So before creating a table, understand what all fields is required. Do you think only sales, quantity, discount, profit, and shipping cost will help you to get your results here to create your formulas? Huh? Now you are saying, for example, if I call it as like sum if, you are talking about 2011 also, and you are talking about sales also. Do you think sum if will work? Do you have one condition here? Okay, if you say some ifs also, then also it is going to work here. Do you have your table ready with that stuff? What are your criteria here? 2011 and sales, right? So if you have to choose the criteria, where is the criteria in your table? Is it available there? Huh? What the point? What I'm asking? Okay, fine. Let's make it practical as per yours on it. Sum range. What will be a sum range here? Obviously, what result you want? Sales. I'll go to the sales. I'll go to the sales. Okay. I'm going to the sales. Yes. So this is my sales, right? Comma. Now criteria range one. What will you? What is your criteria? Forget everything. First, understand you are saying you are choosing here, correct? Whatever the changes you are making here, so that change where you are finding here on your linking field, correct? You want to say that you want to showcase the overall sales, quantity, discount, profit, and shipping cost of this particular measure values, right? You want this measures with their values on a particular selected year. So with the help of this form control only, your year is changing, right? So where you have linked it, I1. So what should be the logic here in this field? What are you going to say here? If, come on guys, if, think guys, think. Before starting your table, understand the data first, take a notepad, take a pen, sit, think what all field is required, where it is changing, After changing how we can link and make it dynamic in our tables. Then only you can start with the Excel. First, you need to take a notepad and pen and understand what all fields you require. What is the connectivity you require? What are the logical functions you would require? Then only you are going to create your visualizations. Until and unless here the numbers are not going to change, here your criteria should change, right? This is what we learned in form control. Yes or no? Before applying the index, we applied the index on the table values, headings, sub. On the headers only we created first the index formula. Yes or no? As the number changes here should also change. Make sense? If false, what we do? We do nested, right? Again, if I is equal to 2, what are you going to say? If it is true, what it will be? 2012. Why? If I select 2012 here, see, if I 2012, 2013, false. Yes. So here it should change. Here what I'm going to do, I'm going to continue this formula because I've got 4 values. So I'm going to use 3 ifs here. The third if false will be your 2014. Yes. Comma. If it is false, again if. Yes, logical test. I is equal to 3. Yes. If it is that so, what should be the result? It should be 2013. Yes. 2013. When you're saying false, directly you can write 2014. Yes. Make sense? See now. What is happening over here? Anything which is changed here, the same is reflecting here. Now what you can do is, now this becomes your criteria. Yes or no? This becomes your criteria. Simple as that. When you say equals to, now if I say sum if, I'm going to give this range. In the data, I'm going to choose the range is year. Wow. Range will be your sales. Then sum range will be your year. What do you mean by sum range and a range? What is the difference between sum range and range? Range is for measures or dimensions? Huh? Range is for measures. And your sum you do it on dimensions. Hmm. Comma criteria. Criteria will be your year this time. In the range, what we are searching for? From the range, we are searching for an year. So criteria becomes your year. Once it identifies all from the range of 2014, what do you want? You want to sum. What do you want to sum? Sales, right? For that particular year. So this becomes your sum range. Close the bracket, enter. Now you see exact value of 2014 sales will be reflected. Okay. Make sense? Yes or no? So whenever you say sales, there should be no decimal. When you are saying about profit currency, numbers which are like cost, discount, profit, these are all related to dollars, money, currency. Okay. So this is your 2014 sales. See this number. Dynamically it is changing. Your job is done. Same thing you are going to do it this for. Now you can lock it. As your years are not going to change, right? That column is not going to change. So I can do absolute. Absolute is F4. Press F4. Now here your A5 is not also going to change. I can lock this also. Right? Now instead of T, I leave this as it is. Copy this. My job is done in single paste. Why? This T becomes U. What is U here in your database, U column? Because I have pasted as the order itself. TUVWX. Here also same. TUVWX. Got it? Done. Your job is done. See, in a fraction of seconds, you're showcasing all data. Yes? Now on this only, you're going to create your dashboard. See, simple. Yeah. Now if you see the data, go to the insert,